Hello everybody, hello and welcome to Ghantoot here in Abu Dhabi. We're back for the first of our semi-finals in this Sultan Bin Zayed Polo Cup 2023, and our two teams are out there on the field getting ready to do battle. Ankora against Bhansali. Let's go through those two teams for you. They've earned their right to be here. Very strong showing here in the Sultan Bin Zayed Polo Cup. 8 teams, and these two have been as good as anyone. They've earned their right here in the first of our semi-finals. For Ankora, at number 1, playing very well off a -1 has been Sultan Bin Zayed. At 2, the highest rated player on display today, Ricardo Garros Hijo, off a 5-goal handicap. At 3, Khalid Al-Omran. And at the back, Santos Iriarte, team totaling 6 goals. And their opponents, the team from Desert Palm, Rishi Bhansali, is at 1 off a 0-goal, also having a really good showing in this tournament. And then the first of 3 2-goal players, Ariel Paisa Ponzi, Manuel Altuna is at 3, and at the back, Juan Pedro Hegui, also team totaling 6 goals. So we'll have a 0-0 on the scoreboard, and it's going to be an absolute belter of a match. Our umpires on the horses are Peter Wright and Jason Dixon. And in the third-man chair, sitting next to me, having a very nice cappuccino, is Mr. Santiago Torreguitar. We almost lost Santi there over the edge of the incredible stadium with a little slip. The drone is launched into the sky and heading out to the field, and the stage is set. A morning game here. This game has been moved to this morning. The other main semi is tomorrow afternoon. But we're here, and well, I have to say, it's the perfect conditions for polo. The sun is out, the sky is blue. There's not a cloud to spoil the view. Jason Dixon on the far side, just having a chat with the players and doing the toss. Ankora played 3, won 2, lost 1. They won their first 2 league games and then complicated it slightly because they lost to Ghantoot in the last of their league matches and had to go to a penalty shootout, a 3-way shootout. There was a 3-way tie in that league, and it was Ankora and Abu Dhabi who got through, and Ghantoot went to the subsidiary after that shootout. Bhansali played 3, won 3. Garros comes in, stickhead goes flying off the stick of Paisa. Rishi's there, and Rishi plays a little backhander. Ponzi can't play the ball, so he's just taken the man out the way. He's got no stickhead, and it's Juan Pedro Hegui over the top of the bounce. Santos, and a whistle. As Santos Iriarte came together there with Manuel Altuna. And Altuna, a judge to have just gone through the back of Iriarte there, who pulled out of the backhander. It's going to be a penalty 5, spot hit in favour of Ankora, who are, of course, playing in the dark shirts here. Bhansali in their usual vibrant orange. So, first opportunity here for Garros. Al-Omran goes up there. He's wearing the blue helmet, the number 3. Khalid, he's gone to Juan Pedro Hegui. Garros goes for goal. Looks good. Is it straight? Oh, well, Rishi wasn't sure that it was going to go wide. He had a little go at the ball. He didn't get anything on it. And, well, just as well, because it's just snuck wide of that left-hand post. So the chance goes, and the knock-in at the feet of Manu. A couple of taps here from Manu. And then he puts the hammer down. He's gone past Al-Omran. Got the jump on him, and the bay going well here for Manu. Ooh. He's left the ball behind, and they're all turning, but the first to show is going to be Ricardo Garros, and all the orange players a little bit slow on the turn, all heading in the opposite direction, and this is going to be stick and ball for Aiti Garros, and Aiti Garros getting the ball across the line. Well, a bit of a gift in fairness. Good work from Al-Omran back in defence. But Ricardo Garros turning and having acres of space to run that one down towards goal. 1-0 to Ankora. Well, the one thing that Bhansali don't want to do is give Garros time and space on the ball. There's 3 2-goal players out there, and that one, a bit of a gift. Here comes Al Omran, first to surface here in the throw-in. Chops that one downfield. He's just outside the 60. Still going here is Khalid. Rishi flying back in defence. And an appeal there from Al Omran. The ball's still in play here, and it's going to be Ponzi. Spins the corner on the grey pony. Fires it out to the boards, and the ball will stay in play. Here comes Manu. And Manu coming up with the same foul that he just committed earlier. He's got to go near side there, according to the umpires. Let's have a look. Ankora player established just at the top of the screen there, and Manu just running straight through the back and over the top of the ball. So he's given away another penalty here. And Garros will take a tap this time. Ponzi comes across to him. Still Ricardo Garros, and he's gone past Ponzi and then pulled the trigger under his pony's neck. This is going. It's going to be close. And good work by Rishi, who just monitored the situation and made sure that Sultan Bin Zayed couldn't come in and get bat on ball, and the ball's trickled over the back line and out of play. Score remains 1-0. Altuna goes long and hard. Sultan Bin Zayed back in defence here for his team, the number 1 for Ankora. Rishi's flying in, trying to get in a challenge. And Rishi's gone near side and stolen the ball. This is a really good play. Can he pick up the next shot? No. Little flick around the corner there from Garros. Might need some support here from Iriarty. Ball's been nicked away by Ponzi. And Garros comes back at him and gets man and ball. Good work here by Aiti. Brings the ball up towards the halfway line. Juan Pedro Hegi with a big ride-off, but he couldn't get the pony back to the ball, and that's allowed Garros to come in and have another nibble. Here comes Hegi. And Hegi sweeps it forward and down into the corner. It's precariously close to the back line, but it is going to stay in play. And Khalid Al Omran comes in. And well, they could have conceded another penalty here, Bhansali. It's going to be a penalty for 60-yard hit, and an opportunity here for Ricardo Garros to double Ankora's lead. A lot of players nipping off to change their horses. Most of the Bhansali team have changed. That's their end of the field, so a good time for them to nip off and come out on a fresh pony. Here comes Ricardo Garros, looking to launch this one over the top from 60 yards. Altuna waits on the 30. The height's good. Is it direct? No, he's turned it over. He's pulled it left. So let's have a look at the replay from the drone's angle. We can see that this one just hooked and missing that left-hand post. So another sigh of relief and a let-off for Bhansali. Manu goes past Al Omran. Now this is what he did last time, but he got ridden off and all his team was screaming down the field. This time he's picked up the backhander from Al Omran. And a whistle coming in this time as Khalid tried to come back to the ball. And this one looks like it's going in favour of the orange shirts of Bhansali. And it's just a question of where. 40-yard hit. And an opportunity here. After a slow start by the orange team, they've been a little bit ill-disciplined. They've conceded a few fouls, but they seem to have got away with it, because if they can pop this one over, they'll have tied the game. Penalty 3, 40-yard hit. Manu will take the responsibility from the spot. Juan Pedro Hegyi changing his pony. Ponzi watches on. Here comes Altuna. Garros waiting to come across and try and stop it. He's launched it. Oh, but he's launched it wide. Decided to come in and just stop the pony and come in at walk, and the pony just twisting on him a little bit, made it awkward. He's missed it, wide right. So a let off this time for Ankora. Here comes Garros on this lovely liver chestnut. Goes long and hard. Rishi, first to surface, back in defense here for his team, Bhansali. Open backhander. He's hitting his backhander so well. Oh, and this is a mistake. It's come off the pony there of Garros as he overran it, and it's popped straight into the path of Manu Altuna. Altuna up to the 60. The approach shot looks pretty good to me. Is it leaking out to the left a fraction? Oh, it is, but he's just about got there in time, and he's come out with a cute little open backhand finish. After a poor approach shot, in fairness, put him in a little bit of hot water, but he kept his composure, and a nice flick there for Manu Altuna, and he's finally got Bhansali on the scoreboard here. He's tied the game. It's 1-1. Well, that will settle their nerves, no doubt. They've looked a little bit nervy, a few fouls. But it is Garros who's going to get on the end of this. Santos Iriarte pass and Garros swooping in, trying to get this one back towards goal. He switches back to the offside, and once he's done that, you can be pretty sure that he's going to score. It's 2-1, Ankora with a quick reply. Well, it was Iriarte who escaped with the ball, and he looked up and he saw his teammate flying down the center of the field, and it was a fairly simple pass. But nicely done by Santos Iriarte. Garros came in to finish it off. 2-1. Pops out the back here. Ponzi's there. He's going to get a block on Aiti Garros and leave this one for Manu Altuna. Little show and go there against Garros. Santos comes in. His open backhand is trying to reach Aiti Garros. Garros coming through. Altuna will have to yield and give him a play. And there's the pass to Sultan Bin Zayed. Salman now steadies the pony. Can't pick up the bouncing ball. Rishi with a reflex backhander. Comes up with nothing but fresh air. But the backhander eventually coming in and opening the ball out towards the sides. Garros beats Bhansali to the ball. And a whistle there, you could clearly see a little bit of impatience from Manu Altuna as he pushes Khaled Al-Omran straight across in front of Garros, who was established and on the line. And it's going to be a penalty for, and an opportunity once again from 60 yards here for Ricardo Garros Hijo. So he got good contact on the ball last time, but just a little bit too much right hand. Turned it over and missed to the left. But he'll be looking to slot this one and put a little bit of daylight between Ankora and Bhansali here, right at the end of this first chukka. Here comes Aiti Garros. Oh, didn't get the contact at all. It's bobbling its way down towards goal. There's the hooter. Ball is still in play, is it? Have they conceded the corner? No. Saved by Rishi, who just sweeps the ball forward off his own back line. Backhander comes back in there for Ankora. Garros is there. And so too was Juan Pedro Hegyi. The whistle is gone, and Ankora made a real meal of that penalty. And, well, by all accounts, it'll be penalty in favour of Bhansali when they come back. But that is the end of the first chukka in this, the first of our semi-finals. An interesting start. Ankora come off with the lead. It's 2-1 over Bhansali. Welcome back. Start of the second chukka, and we got ourselves a 5B in favor of Bhansali. Here comes Manu. Coming in at walk, looking up, and then nudges the ball forward. Tries to outrun Santos Iriarte. Big ride-off. Santos has got him, and he's found a backhander out towards Garros. Garros well marked there by Ponzi. Manu comes in and has the play here. Altuna, waiting for Garros to clear. Sets himself, fires it downfield. He's put it into a dangerous area. It's bobbling its way towards goal. It's going, and it's going straight onto the stick of Garros, who finds a nice flick under his pony's neck. Sultan Bin Zayed went a bit hard at the ball and left it behind. Garros comes through, beaten to the ball there by Ponzi. And Hagi with a mistake. Santos looks a little bit stuck on that pony, but he's got away with it because the backhand has been fired straight at him and it's fallen at his feet. Here comes Iriarte now on the chestnut. Both sides of the pony over the top of the play. Altuna comes in. So too does Khalid Al-Omran with a little waft on the near side. He was hooked out of it, and the ball is back in the possession of Manu Altuna. Waits for Garros to clear, and then finds a nice pass across the field to Ariel Ponzi. Ponzi now. Big ride-off coming in once again from Santos. Ponzi brings it around the corner. Santos has a nibble on the near side. They're appealing for the foul, but looked okay. And that one's been fired down towards goal by Manu. And Manu's reflex shot has missed the target to the right, and the chance has gone. So, Ankora looking a little bit nervy in defence. And the pressure of the three two-goal players coming through there. That's a nice pass. Forward is the call. Here comes Santos. Has he allowed Rishi in? Not quite. Good play here from Iriarte. And Iriarte's steaming through. And that little bit of indecision there from Rishi Bhansali has attracted the umpire's whistle. Santos Iriarte was absolutely hooning down the field. Well, let's have another look at it. Yeah, in the end, he just came across and got too close to the ball. Santos had to lift off at that pace. He had to take evasive action in the end. And it's a penalty too. And a golden opportunity here for Garros, who's missed 2 60s. But he's going to be licking his lips at this opportunity from 30 yards, undefended, looking for 3-1. Strokes it through, and strokes it through with no issues at all. And he has indeed opened up a bit of daylight here between Ankora and Bhansali. The difference is 2. It's 3-1. The drone just tracking the players back to the halfway line, where they're going to congregate on the far side of the field here, from this Sheikh Zayed field. Wonderful setting here at Ghantoot. And it's Jason Dixon who gets the ball in play. Pops out the back. Hook coming in there from Paisa. And he's done well on Aiti Garros, but he left his man, and Garros was waiting for the return pass, and it's come through, and that one's down towards our goal. Al-Omran comes in. Rishi Bhansali is there. Khalid. And Khalid was entitled to go for that offside because Rishi just sort of disappeared to the left. Looked like he might have been established on the offside. He didn't fancy taking on the goalpost. And in the end, Al-Omran couldn't quite get to the ball before it crossed the back line. So a knock in here to Bhansali. Not quite sure what Khalid's appealing for, but he was appealing. Manu goes long towards Rishi. Rishi's in here, and he's picked up a nice one. Sultan Bin Zayed comes across. Rishi on the bounce. Lovely ride-off coming in from Sultan Bin Zayed, who's going to go near side. Oh, now what a play that is for a -1. Absolute peach. And they're in. Ankora are in here. It's Al-Omran after a little mistake there by Manu. And they're swarming all over this. It's 3 against 1. Here comes Garros. Garros opens up and goes long. Very long. Probably too long on that angle. but there's still strength in numbers here as Al Omran can cut this one back towards goal. He's overcut it, and he's gone across the face of goal, and what a chance that was for Ankora. Well, they simply had to score, didn't they? In fairness to Khalid, Garros got too much on the ball and made it difficult for him. A let-off for Bhansali. Man only is the call. And that's a good decision from Ponzi because, to be fair, man only wasn't the best call because it looked like Santos Ariati had worked into that space behind him, so he had to take the ball, and this is good from Ponzi. Ponzi! Oh, reflex there from Garros. And Garros, after a missed backhander, comes in and redeems himself. Near side play, desperate defence. And he's pulled the ball off the goal line and conceded the corner. Well, there's players flying off the field left, right and centre to change their ponies. We're not doing half chukker changes. So it's going to be Juan Pedro Hegui who's going to be asked to take this penalty, or this corner, should I say. He circles round. They're not going to wait for the others. The only player on the field for Ankora is Sultan Bin Zayed, and that's not a bad result. A little miss hit towards goal, and that they can come and tap it in. And I think Juan Pedro Hegui, in fairness, went for that. The half swing came in afterwards, totally legitimate, and Bhansali have, by hook or by crook, muscled that corner across the line. It was Rishi that came in, and Rishi gets the final touch. 3-2. Well, you'd have to say it was a poor pony change by Ankora because they left one player there. -1 was the only player out on the field. And had one of the big boys been out there, they might have stopped that. Garros, back in defence. Takes it across towards the boards. Being tracked here by Juan Pedro Hegui. Hegui with a big ride-off. Garros turning infield. Finding some space here, and he's up over his own 30-yard line and brings the ball out and away from the danger zone. And that's a clever-looking shot because he's taken Manu Altuna, who thought he could get to the ball, out of the equation. Sultan Bin Zayed is central looking for the pass, but Garros will probably put the brakes on here and work this one back towards goal himself. Gets a little bit of protection there from Al Omran. Still, Haiti Garros inside the 60. He's got Ponzi there. Still in possession here. He's told to use it. Fires it down towards goal. It's been deflected and it's fallen nicely for Manu Altuna. Manuel. Open backhander coming in from Santos. It's a good one, but it's been read here by Hegui. Hegui opens the backhander up towards Ponzi. Good stuff here from both teams. Ponzi now trying to get that pony around the corner. He's been pushed out of it, or eased out of it there by Khalid Al Omran. Good work from Khalid. And that's nice work from the young Argentine Santos Ariati. Tees up the play for Garros. Garros comes through at pace, but he's been tagged there by Altuna. Backhander is charged down and stopped by Haiti Garros, and he's still going here, and he's trying to carve his way through the traffic. The hook comes in there from Altuna. The backhander, well, they pulled out of the backhander for fear of fouling, and it is Santos Ariati who reaps the rewards and picks up the ball 10 yards out from goal and just nudges it across the line. And there is the hooter. Let's have a look. Yeah, I don't think that Ponzi could have got back to the ball without fouling. Maybe he couldn't get back to the ball at all, which is why he pulled out of that backhander. But in doing so, he allowed Santos Ariati, who was sitting in the space behind, the simplest of tasks, to tap that ball across the line. And a really important goal that could prove to be, because on the stroke of half-time, Ankora have opened up a 2-goal advantage again. It's 4-2.
Well, personally, it's my first tournament in Dubai, so super happy. Super happy. Mainly I came to Dubai with Desert Palm, thanks to Luisa Doni and Seb Doni. They brought me to work there mainly to make lessons and everything down there. And I met Rishi and Paisa. We became very good friends. We played checkers together and they invited me to this tournament. Also, Juan Pedro, the other guy, the other professional who played in the team, he's also from there. And we made the team basically from Desert Palm, and we started there, and it's been a lot of fun since we started. That's why we decided to keep on playing tournaments outside and stuff. I'm from a little town called Chivilcoy. It's mainly a farming town. There's not much polo down there. So we started, my father is an engineer, so we got a couple of horses at the farm and we started riding those horses and going to another little place, to another little farm to sticking ball there, and all of a sudden we started to play. And then I went to work to Salarillo with Milo Araujo, and since then I'm living from polo. I make my living from polo. It depends on the handicap. Normally in the low goal I tend to be the number 3 or the number 4 in the team. But when it comes to a higher handicap and better players, I normally go forward and I play as a 2. Personally, I feel more comfortable playing as a 2. We want to go as far as we can, honestly. It's going very well. We have a very good connection. We are all friends. So hopefully, if it goes well, we aim for the best, and let's see how it goes.
Welcome back, Polo Liners. Welcome back to everybody on the live stream. I know there's a whole host of people watching from Desert Palm Polo Club, supporting, of course, their home team, Bhansali. And they will be intrigued to be watching this semi-final. Their team behind at the moment, Ankora, scoring the first goal, came in at the end of the first, 2-1. And they scored 2 goals in the second chukker, with that last one right at the end. Real body blow that for Bhansali. And at half-time here, 4-2. Ball's in play. Juan Pedro Regui, the number 4 here in the orange shirt, working it around the corner. He's nudged it into the traffic. But Manu Altuna is there. And Manu playing a little bit of cat and mouse here with Santos Iriarte. Santos with the ride-off. Manu takes man and leaves ball. He's going to have to get his skates on here. He's been called to use it. So Manu on the loop will also have to use it. Little deflection. Santos appealing there for the penalty, but not enough in that. And play will continue. Here comes Ponsi. Backhander comes in from Iriarte, turns him around momentarily, but it hasn't gone very far. Manu fakes the backhander and brings it around the corner. Dances across the field here and finds some space, looking for the cut shot here. He's going to work it around the corner. Big ride-off coming in there from Santos. And he got sucked in by Manu Altuna. Whistle's gone. And here we go. He fakes to go with a big shot now. And in the end pulls out of it because Santos Iriarte has run straight through the back and over the ball. A crime that Manu has done himself a couple of times in this match. This time he's managed to get one on the opposition and he's earned his team a penalty 2. Haigie's going to take it. Well, that wasn't the most convincing of penalties, and I'm surprised to see him take it, but he's got the job done. Throughout this tournament, it has been Rishi from the 30-yard line, and he's been pretty good. In fact, he's been very good. But on this occasion, Juan Pedro Regui comes in, and he strokes it across the line, and he has cut the gap here. Bhansali back on the scoreboard. They trail by 1. It's 4-3. Ball's back in play from Peter Wright. Khalid Al-Omran with some time and space from the back of the throw-in. Cuts it around the corner and finds a little bit of room on the far side of the field. Pedaling back to come back in defence there was Ponzi. Backhander from Rishi has not gone very far, and Garros will leap all over this one, and he's working it up over the 60. Garros looking for another one here for Ankora to try to put them back into that 2-goal advantage. Still, 80 Garros. Nice little stop and go from the pony, and that's worked the space for Garros. And his stick work is also... Whoa. Well, I thought he was going to score, but he did all the hard work, and then he missed the target. So, knock in here for Bhansali. Here comes Manu. He's hit it straight at Garros. Not very firm. It was a bit of a mishit, which is probably why the umpires have not blown the whistle. And Garros has possession. He's worked it around the corner, and he's going down towards goal. Hagi, Garros. And another one goes wide. Oh, what a let-off this is from Bhansali. 2 opportunities there for 80 Garros. And both opportunities that you expect a man of his class to finish off. That one's gone downfield towards Ponzi. Taken out of it by Santos. And Santos has the ball here. Comes around the corner. Alomran. His open backhander is perfect here for Salman. Garros comes in. Santos now picks up the loose ball. Iriarty looking to see if Ponzi's going to show his hand. He's got Garros tucked in behind, and Garros has got the ball, and he's got away from Manu. And can he get past Rishi here? He can. He's put the hammer down, evades the hook. This is Garros around the corner, ball hopping all over the place, puts the brakes on once again. And he's turned right, and he's turned right in front of Juan Pedro Hagi, who was right on his tail. Yeah, he's got to pull the trigger there and flick that towards goal. Or at least stop and stay straight. But not do that. Penalty 5, Bhansali in the driving seat here. Rishi's over the top of the ball. Santos has it. And Santos trying to get this one around the corner and launch another attack here for Ankora. He still has it. It's all a bit scrappy. But he's eventually up over the halfway line. In fact, this is Garros coming through now, who's taking it up for Ankora. Launches it downfield. Sultan Bin Zayed is there. He'll have to go near side. Khalil Al-Omran. Manu's little backhander has turned them around. Well, it's actually quite a good backhander. It's out to the far side here, and here comes Garros, the number 2 for Ankora. 80 goes past Paisa. Picks up the bouncing ball. He's going to look for the next shot. He's gone for it. And once again, good contact, but wide of the target. So, 3 attacks from Ankora, and nothing to show for them. Rishi will have to come across and take the knock-in, because 2 players are changing, both Ponzi and Altuna. Oh, and they've complicated things a bit there. Good composure in the end from Manu. Finds the pass out towards Rishi. Rishi, he's got Sultan Bin Zayed coming across to him, but Rishi Bhansali is on the march, and that's a really good hit down the boards and up over the halfway line. Bin Zayed pulls out of it. Rishi comes back into the play. Chops it around the corner. Sultan Bin Zayed comes in and has a nibble at the ball and nudges it forward. And Ricardo Garros has done well. Back in defence here for Ankora. Tries to take on Hagi and does so. Lovely turn from this pony. He's got to watch out here because the ball is bouncing around. That's why Santos has tucked in behind to give him a bit of cover. And that's exactly what happened. Iriarty needed on that occasion. Still Garros, back in possession here. And he's found some space. Rishi, the last line of defence. Garros looking to run this one around the corner, and there was an advantage on the play from a little late clip in the ride-off, I'm assuming. Let's have a look. Garros, that's the play there. Paisa coming across and wrong speed behind the saddle. Umpires playing advantage, but there was none in the end as Garros tried to angle that one back towards goal. Rishi was back there in defence, but the whistle has gone, and it's going to be an open goal attempt here. A penalty 2, and an opportunity for Ankora to put number 5 on the scoreboard here and go back into that 2-goal cushion that they've had on 2 or 3 occasions. Garros circling around at walk. Play has been called. He shoots, he scores, and he goes off to change his pony behind that goal line. And he will be good to get back in time, I would have thought, just leaping across from one pony to the next. Garros is back on board and ready for action, and he's making his way back to the center of the field. And there is just 1-2-2 on the clock. Don't forget that includes the 30 seconds, so the first hooter about to go in 45 seconds or so as the ball is back in play. Pops out the back, Garros. A waft on the near side, under pressure there from Paisa, and he's over the top of it. Here comes Hagi, reaching out and having a second go at it. Hagi goes for goal here, picks up a nice one. Oh, that was a really good bit of skill there from Juan Pedro Hagi, but he's wide to the right. Clock ticks down, waiting for Manuel Duna, who went halfway across the desert there before he could get that pony back. He was flying through at speed. There's the pass out towards Santos. There's the hooter, 30 seconds. Santos goes first time and hard downfield. Back in defense here is Rishi. Look at this from Garros. He's absolutely steaming through. And he may have been better off just sitting in the pocket behind and waiting for that, but either way, Ankora has still got it. Here's Santos, about 15 seconds remaining as Iriarty brings this one around the corner and shoots towards goal. Oh, Rishi's pony has blocked the shot. I think it was going to be close to that right-hand post, but ball stays in play. And, well, right place, right time from Rishi, you would feel, because that ball, well, we will never know, but it was heading towards that right-hand post. A bounce either way could have taken it in or out. But to take the element of doubt out of the equation, Rishi, well, his pony kicked the ball, and Bhansali have held out there late in that third chukker. They're trailing by 2 here, though. It's 5-3 in favor of Ankora. Welcome back, Polo Line TV viewers. Welcome back to the Sultan Bin Zayed Polo Cup 2023, the semi-final clash. What a great game it's been between Ankora and Bhansali, and we still have 1 chukker to go. Well, at least 1 chukker. Can Bhansali get back on level terms, or maybe even come back and win it in regular time? We shall see very soon, as the players are making their way back out onto the field. Looks like we've got a roll in from the center of the field. Second bell went, after a fascinating bit of play at the end of that third chukker. Rishi Bhansali acting as goalkeeper there, and his pony doing a really good job of kicking the ball that was travelling towards that right-hand goal post. The shot from Santos coming in with 10 seconds or so remaining in that third. And there's Bhansali with possession. Manu sweeping the ball out towards the far side with a near side next shot. Rishi's there. And Rishi Bhansali turning, but Khalid Al-Omran looked like he was well positioned, and the whistle's gone. It's a penalty too, and this is going to be a real body blow here for Bhansali and all their fans right at the start of the fourth chukker, because they're in danger here of going 3 down. Haiti Garros tees the ball up. Penalty 2. Open goal from 30 yards. Practice swing comes in at walk. Oof, it was close to that left-hand post by the looks of it, but they all count, and it's across the line, and the score is good for Ankora. And Bhansali now with a mountain to climb. They need 4 unanswered goals to win this match. They'd probably take 3 right now and go to extra time, but they have got a lot of work to do. Still plenty of time left in the match as we come back to the centre, and our umpire Peter Wright gets us back in play. Here comes Paiser trying to do something about that score. He's been pushed out of the way, eased out of the way there by Garros. And Haiti decides to take it forward there on the near side, and then around the corner inside his own 40. He's been hooked out of it by Paiser. Manu is there, and Manu's done well, controls the play. Santos called out of it. Little pass out towards Rishi. Manu comes through on that himself. Juan Pedro is there. Hagi goes near side. Manu, clash of sticks. Good work here by Manu Altuna. Manu has gone through the lot of them, and Manu is going to get the score. He missed the last one, but he was trying to flick it inside the post, but in the end, it didn't matter. He'd already got the job done. Good skills there from Manu Altuna, and he's done exactly what Bhansali needed, a quick reply, and it's 6-4. So the whistle's gone, and the umpires are giving Juan Pedro Hagi an opportunity to change. So Manu Altuna, the scorer of that last goal, makes his way back to the throw-in, having a good game here for Bhansali. Juan Pedro Hagi, he's also changed. Here he comes. And they need another one, Bhansali. They need another one, and they need it now, because that would really put the cat amongst the pigeons and put some pressure back on Ankora. And here comes Manu, breaking away with the ball from the back of the throw-in. Altuna played it back into Garros, and Garros has nicked it. And Garros is coming away with the ball, and they can't appeal for the foul there and just give him this time and space, because he's got plenty of skills here, and it's Garros going to goal, and Garros has got the job done once again for Ankora. And, well, it was all a little bit too easy in the end. Look at the space he's got. They're flying back to try and put a bit of pressure on, but that pressure coming in very late, and Garros had already pulled the trigger with the goal shot. 7-4, and the lead is 3 all over again. Still time in the match, but Bhansali need back-to-back goals. It starts here. They've got possession. Paiser. A swing and a miss, or was it a dummy? We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. This time he's shunted it downfield, and it's hit his teammates, Pony, and fallen very nicely here for Manu. He's out to the left-hand side. Rishi has it. Santos appealing for the foul, but didn't look like there was anything in that. Iriarty Stolen away by Manu. Altuna. And a whistle on the play as Garros was anticipating that right-hand turn. Let's have another look. Santos Iriarty's there, stolen away, and Haiti right on his tail. And Altuna giving the umpires no alternative but to blow the whistle. Penalty 5 here in favour of Ankora. They need a bit of game management just to get across the line here. They're ahead by 3, and time is running out on Bhansali. Here comes Garros. Good play by Iti Garros. Brought it up over the halfway line, fired it downfield. A little bit unlucky. It's fallen nicely here for Manu, but a mistake there on the backhander, and Garros is back in here, and he's inside the 30, and he's bearing down on the Bhansali goal once again. Garros working his magic, both sides of the pony. Paisa, well positioned here is Ponzi. He's got possession, but he's got to get down the other end. He's got to get down there quickly. Alomran is there. Tickles it forward. And again. Khalid taking the scenic route. Oh, a swing and a miss from him, but have no fear because Santos Iriarty is here. Santos tucked in behind. Taken out of the play there by Manu. Garros yields, doesn't want to concede a penalty here. They've just got to keep their heads here, Ankora. And that one's been fired in field. Santos has a waft on the near side. Alomran comes around the corner, misses the next shot, but so too does Manu. And look at this, Garros is in here once again, and it's Garros up to the 60, looking for an approach shot. It's out to the left-hand side. Ricardo Garros, will he get there before that ball crosses the line? He won't. The approach was, well, frankly horrible, but he won't mind too much because the clock is ticking down and the difference is still 3. And Bhansali, with 3 of their 4 players changing pony, have been told to get on with it. Here comes Pedro Hegi. Tries to outrun Santos, who's sitting back and acting as a sweeper here. Flicks it around the corner on the near side. Good work from the young Iriarty. And he's done well here because his teammates dropped in behind and he's just eating up the clock here and turning defense into attack. Here comes Santos, fizzes that one down towards goal. Sultan Bin Zayed comes in. Rishi looks like he's well positioned, chops a backhander out, and he's done well once again, Rishi in defense. A little show and go there from Manu. Good skills here by Altuna, who's gone past Garros. Can he pick up the bouncing ball? No. Garros waiting in the pocket behind, just sweeps it forward on the near side. Plays an open back, great backhander and a good read here from Santos. Can he get that one back towards Haiti? He's gone down the centre for Khalid. Manu's there, chops a tail backhander out towards Juan Pedro Hegi. Garros back in possession, and time is ticking away here for Bhansali. Back is the call. Deflection on the backhander, but a good backhander with plenty of height, and Hegi is in, and Hegi has got his skates on and he's up over the halfway line. Flying back in defence here is Santos Iriarty, but he's not going to get there, is he? Well, he might do if he mishits that out to the right, which is exactly what Hegi's done. It was a little bit rushed in the end, wasn't it? And he's way out to the right-hand side. Santos comes in. And he's asking an awful lot of Sultan Bin Zayed with that little flick back pass, but Salman's done brilliantly well. And wow, what a game he's had. Here comes Alomran. Couple of little flicks around the corner, reaching out here and trying to get the pony back to the ball is Khalid Alomran. Near side. Oh, he's done really well. Look at that, he's still going. Rishi back in defence for Bhansali. Little open backhander is enough to stop the attack, but the clock is ticking down here on the orange shirts of Bhansali. And the whistle has gone as the 2 number 4s come together. Santos Iriarty looked like he was well set. Juan Pedro Hegi may well have been penalised. And I think that is going to be that, ladies and gentlemen. 3 goals the difference. And there's just 7 seconds remaining on the clock. Bin Zayed taps the ball forward. What a game he's had. Really has come up with some important plays, both in attack and defence. And what a difference he's made to the team. There is the hooter, the first of our 2 semi-finals here in the Sultan Bin Zayed Polo Cup 2023. Well, in the end, maybe the scoreline flattering Ankora because Bhansali was so good for so long. They scrapped and they fought for absolutely everything, and they've had a great tournament, but they have been outdone here by Ankora in the semi. It's 7-4. Here's the chukka by chukka. Ankora ahead right the way throughout the match, weren't they? They got the first goal, and they didn't look back. 2-1 at the end of the first, 4-2 at half-time, 5-3 at the end of the third, and then a 3-goal difference by the conclusion of the match, 7-4. Well, very convincing by Ankora. They won their first 2 league matches, looked good. Then they got beaten by Ghantoot, which was a bit of a wobble because it put them in a 3-way tie, and they had to come through to this semi-final after some penalties. Abu Dhabi went through first, Ankora qualifying second, and Ghantoot, having come third in that penalty shootout, dropped out and went into the subsidiary. So Ankora with a bit of a wobble in their last league match, but they've come back here with a good performance. Field goals, 4-3 in favour of Ankora. Throw-ins, 5, but shaded there by Bhansali with 8. Fouls, 5 by Ankora, 9 by Bhansali. A little bit of ill discipline didn't help them in the early part of the match, did it? The orange shirts committing a few too many fouls and giving Garros too many penalty opportunities. 3 out of 5 by Garros, 1 out of 4 for Bhansali from the spot. And there was a corner that went to Bhansali, and they couldn't convert it. No yellow cards in the match. So that's the first of our semis, as I mentioned. Tomorrow afternoon will be Abu Dhabi versus Sarisa in the second of our main semi-finals here in the Sultan Bin Zayed Polo Cup. Make sure you're tuned in for that one. Until then, it is goodbye.